This is a bodyweight cardio and conditioning workout for your ovulatory phase. This is that peak energy in the cycle where we have a surge in estrogen, we have a boost in testosterone, and so lots of things working to give us energy. With estrogen on the rise, you will find that maybe access to carbohydrates for fuel becomes a little bit harder as the body shifts toward fat burning for its favored fuel source. So it might be a bit challenging to hit those high intensity marks, but with that energy elevated, it's a good time to take on this kind of work to improve your conditioning as you prepare to enter the luteal phase, the second half of the cycle. So in today's workout, we're using a traditional Tabata structure, which means each exercise will be performed in 8 rounds for a total of 4 minutes. Each round is 20 seconds of all-out effort. It's a short interval, which means you want to be giving it your all and really begging for that rest interval at the end. We couple that with a 10-second rest interval, so each set is 30 seconds long. We'll complete 8 of those for 4 minutes in each exercise. Between each exercise, you'll have a little bit longer rest, 30 seconds to kind of gather your breath and to switch gears into the next exercise. We have 6 movements today, so with the rest, it's a total of 27 minutes of all-out high-intensity work. I'm coming to you right after completing this workout, still feeling that glow, that bit of a buzz in my body as I come out of the high intensity. So this is a great opportunity to enjoy a short burst, quick, powerful energy to get you in and on your way. As requested, there's a movement tutorial at the beginning, and for these high-intensity workouts, I definitely recommend watching that tutorial because I'll give you lots of different options, ways to progress to the highest impact version and ways to dial it back so that if you're needing low impact or maybe you need an option halfway through that 4-minute interval where you need to dial it back, catch your breath, and then come back in stronger. So I really encourage you to tune into that quick tutorial at the beginning so you know what the movements are, you know how to modify them, how to turn them up and down as needed. This workout does not include a warm-up or cool-down, but there is a quick warm-up and cool-down linked in the description below. So I encourage you definitely warm up if you can before you jump into this workout. If you are coming in and you want to just stay with us for the workout portion, I would invite you to enjoy the first maybe 2 to 3 rounds in the low impact variation. That'll give your body enough time to warm up, and then you can complete the last bit of the 4-minute interval, pushing through that higher intensity. That'll give your body a chance to warm up so that you're not going from 0 to 60 too quickly. So that being said, grab a towel and some water. There's not a lot of transition time, but it is enough time to towel off if you need to. You will be sweating. We're in that first half of the cycle where sweating happens quickly, so get ready for that. And let's begin our tutorial now. Before we jump right into today's workout, I'd like to give you a quick overview of the structure and the different exercises that we will be using. This is a high-intensity interval training workout, and we're using the traditional Tabata structure. That means for each exercise, we will have 8 rounds of Tabata for 4 minutes total. A Tabata round includes 20 seconds of all-out effort. It's a very short interval, and the goal is that you are pushing your max intensity for that full 20 seconds. After each 20-second interval, there's a 10-second rest period. It's just enough to catch your breath, maybe towel off a bit if you need to. So we have 8 rounds for each exercise and then 30 seconds of rest in between. We have 6 exercises, so with the rest, that is about 27 minutes for a total high-intensity workout for your ovulatory phase. Our first exercise is the skater. So I'll demonstrate both the low impact and the high impact version so that you have them both in your back pocket for use during the workout itself. So high impact, you're starting at one side of your mat, staying nice and low. You'll hop out and tap, out and tap. If you want to add a bit more mobility, you can tap the floor and tap the back foot down, or you can balance. So you choose your level here for the high intensity. The high intensity includes that lift off, that jump. For low intensity, you're moving quickly, you're still staying low in the power, but we're just stepping and tapping, stepping, tapping back, stepping, tapping back. This one, different than the curtsy lunge, is a little bit wider. So you're taking a wider stance. You're taking that back leg further back. My recommendation here is to keep the heart and chest elevated because you will need all the breath you can get throughout this workout. Our next movement pattern is the mountain climber. Lots of different variations here. Starting with high impact. For that 20 seconds, you might be able to push through the quick action. So that's alternating here, hopping on each foot. We're keeping the hips from the crown to the hips in a nice straight axis. So not hiking the hips up, not letting them drop down, but staying in that strong plank position where you're drawing heels of the hands and balls of the feet together, stretching the heart forward and hopping the knees in. For the next level, less impact, but still a lot of work. Sometimes moving slower means more time under tension. So here we're just hugging and stepping back. Hugging in, stepping back. If you find this is too much on your wrists or you have any sensitivity in the low back, you can take this to a bear plank and hug in, back, in, back. Again, keeping the hips in that level plane. You can also be all the way on the knees, in and back, in and back. On the knees requires a little bit more kind of core activation to create the space to get your knee to come forward. So those are your options for your mountain climber. Our next movement pattern is a get up to a squat jump. So full expression, you're stepping up into a squat and jumping, and then back down. You can come down to the hip thrust or just into the kneeling position. Step up, squat, and jump. I like to go up with the same foot and back with the same foot, and then switch each time. Squat jump. For the lower impact variation, you're simply moving through the squat to lift, coming onto the toes, creating a bit of power there. And that is our third movement pattern. Our fourth movement pattern, perhaps the one that has the most variation to it, the burpee. So starting with full expression, you're at the top of your mat. You're gonna hop down straight into the push-up position and hop straight back up. That's the full expression. So you're taking out the lag time, the pause between each phase of the motion. If you need a little bit more time, you can step back, push up, and step forward. Lift. That would be low impact. You can also omit the push-up, where you're just doing the jump back and jump up. Jump back and jump up. This can also be a step back and step up to lift. You can combine the different phases of the movement too. So if the push-up is the part that's kind of sacrificing your form or kind of leaving you a bit too tired, you can take out the push-up but keep the jumps, or vice versa. Let's say you want to keep the work in the chest and the arms. You can leave the push-up in, take out the jumping. You can do the push-up on your knees. Lots of different variations, and you can modify as you go. So you don't have to stay with the same variation for the full interval. That is the burpee. And then we come back to a lower body movement pattern with split jumps. Full expression here is split jumps. Hopping between your nice stable lunge. With this lunge, it's not a wide lunge. We're nice and close together. So you have that 90-90 arrangement in the legs and hopping to switch. A next kind of option as you start to get tired is to pulse on each side and then hop. Pulse and hop. Your low impact option is going to be to stay in your nice low chair squat and simply step back and together. Here, keep it quick, keep it strong so that you stay in that high intensity working zone, even if you're not doing the jumps. And then our last movement pattern is the bear plank jack. So we come down into our bear plank, knees are under hips, shoulders are over wrists. You're hovering, so you're drawing hip points and low ribs together. Full expression, we hop out and in, out and in. The goal here is to keep the hips in the same plane the entire time. So you're not jumping up and out, but instead hopping back and in. So you have to use the quickness to get your legs underneath you and back out. For low impact here, we're simply stepping out and in. You can switch sides and back. Again here, trying not to hike the hips up, keeping them nice and level in the same plane from crown to tail. Those are our 6 movement patterns. The nice thing is, once we're done with an exercise, we are done with that exercise. So you have 8 rounds of Tabata for each exercise, 30 seconds of rest in between. This workout video does not include a warm-up. So you can start with the low impact variation in each of these movements as kind of your warm-up for that particular exercise. Or you can jump into the quick 5-minute workout linked in the description of this video below to get your body ready to move at this high intensity. Same with the cool down. There's a cool down linked in the description below so that you can guide your body back down from what will be a very high intensity workout back to your baseline. And let's get started. We will jump right into today's workout in about 30 seconds. Please make sure that you've warmed up ahead of time and that your body is ready to move. You can jump right into the intensity or maybe use the low intensity variation for the first couple of rounds. We're starting with our skater, so side to side skaters in about 10 seconds. Again, we're doing Tabata style, so each movement we're completing in 8 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Let's get it in 3, 2, 1. We hop out. You can stay in that balance or tap the toe behind you. It's just 20 seconds per interval. So you want to max out your effort. You want to be pushing and giving it your all for that full 20 seconds so that you're really ready for that 10-second rest at the end of the interval. 2, 1. Just like that, first interval down. We've got 7 more to go with this movement pattern. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. The rest is quick, but so is the work. Stay with it. Use your breath. We are in that first half of the cycle, approaching ovulation. So you have some hormones working for you. Estrogen, testosterone, giving you energy. And rest, 10 seconds. This is a good time. As estrogen rises, we shift into fat burning. So hitting the high intensity and begin. Might feel a little more challenging, but it can help with the fat burning metabolism in this part of the cycle. 10 more seconds. Breathe. Last 2, 1, rest. We got this. 2 more minutes of this exercise before we switch to our mountain climbers. 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds here. Skater lunge. You can always be tapping the toes behind, maybe even tapping the fingertips to the inside of that supporting foot. And 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. Breathe. So in that 10 seconds, it's enough time for maybe 2 really deep breaths to come back to base. Here we go. Let's go. Maybe tap the fingers, creating more mobility. Keep the head and chest elevated if you can to help deliver that oxygen. Give the lungs space to expand. Rest. Shake it out. So again, just enough time to create that deep breath. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. To the side. Tap. Take up space. Get long. Stretch the legs each side. You can also switch it up and hop up as opposed to out if you're limited on space. Last 2, 1, and rest. We have 2 more rounds of this exercise. Stay strong and begin to the side. Find that stability in the supporting leg. Take up space. Can you hop the full length of your mat? Get the inner thighs working for you. 3, 2, 1. Last round coming up. Deep breaths here. Maybe initiate with the other side. 2, 1, let's go. And hop to the side and out. You got this. 10 more seconds of this exercise. And then a full 30 seconds of rest. Rest. Shake it out. If you need to, towel off, grab water. So we have our 30 seconds of rest here. Gather your breath. Get ready for mountain climbers. So we're coming down into that plank position. You have lots of different variations here. You can be on the knees. You can be moving slow or fast. Know that the intervals are just 20 seconds long, so you have a little bit more wiggle room to push hard for that full interval. We'll go in about 5 seconds here. Set up your plank. Low ribs and hip points joined together. 2, 1, let's go. Mountain climbers. If you're moving quickly, keep the plank strong. So we're not popping the hips up or letting them droop down. Breathe. Shoulders over wrists. Heart stretches forward. And rest. Come down. Choose your option. So if that was too quick for you, you can always slow it down. Keep the muscles under tension. We'll go in 2, 1. Here we go. Breathe the entire time. Even through the high intensity. Low ribs and hip points magnetized together. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rest. That's 2. Through our first minute here, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. You're either moving quickly or slowing it down, one at a time. With the slowness, I feel my belly engage right away. You don't have that little bit of pause that you do with the hop. And rest. Come down. That was 3. Here we go. It's okay if you lose count. I'll keep track for you. I know I even lose count. Here we go. Begin. Quick pace here. If you're hopping, feel the hip flexors working. Breathing. And rest. Halfway there. 4 more rounds. You got this. What adjustments do you need to make? Where can you dig a little deeper? 2, 1. Let's go. Breathe. Keep the back nice and flat. Feeling these. Keep it up. I'm with you. And rest. Just 3 more after this. You might feel your arms trembling a bit. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Quick rest, quick work. We'll be here for another 10 seconds. Go all out. Feel that little bit of dig that you have and rest. Breathe it out. Find that extra bit of endorphin rush that comes when you dig just a little deeper and begin. Let's go. You might start a bit slower and then pick up the pace. Here we go. Stay with it. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shake out your arms. I know that's my kind of limiting factor here. My arms start to shake. 2, 1. Let's go. Pull it in and in. Just focus. Be here. Notice where you feel the work. How can you change the way you plant your feet? The way you engage your arms? Can you squeeze your thumbs together? And rest. Taking those nice deep belly breaths during the 10-second rest. And we've got our 30 seconds here. Our next movement is the get up to squat jump. So we're coming from our kneeling position into a squat and then either jumping or lifting onto the toes. So take this last 15 seconds or so. Really slow down the breath. Get focused. We've got a new exercise. We're going to be in it for 4 minutes. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. So we kneel down, down, up, and jump. Other side. Down, down, up, and jump. Switching sides here. And jump. You can always take the jump out if you need to. This one, a little easier because we have that get up between rest, between the power phase. So take advantage of that. Going in 3, 2, 1. Down, down, squat, jump. Down, down, squat, and jump. See if you can get that air underneath you. Power up from the legs, from your foundation, all the way. Up and rest. Enjoy the full 10 seconds. Really working on the breath here. And right back into it. 2, 1. Let's go. Down, down, up, and jump. Up and jump. Especially if you're taking out the jump, stay nice and low in the squat as you lift up. These intervals move quickly. Rest just 20 seconds. So whatever you can do to dig a little deeper, put it in now into the work. Here we go. Down, down, up, and jump. Find that rhythmic pace that allows us to be a bit meditative. Maybe you're counting the phases of the movement. You're counting reps or just focusing on your breath and rest. Deep breath here. That 10 seconds goes like that so quickly. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Down, down, up, lift off. Staying stable. You can slow it down if you need to for balance so that you're not wobbling as you lower into that kneeling position. Stay with it. You got this. You are so strong. And rest. Coming back in 3, 2, 1. Just enough time for that 1 to 2 very deep breaths. Step up and lift off. Find that power. Keep your spine nice and tall. So we're not caving in, not rounding the back. Rest, which can close off access to that full expansion in the lungs. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Down, down, up, and lift. So breathing deeply here. You got this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rest. So after this exercise, moving into everyone's favorite burpee. Let's go. Down, down, up, up. So really enjoying this, something of a slower movement pattern, one that requires a bit more focus before we hit the midway of our workout with the burpee. So we're almost halfway there, hitting the peak of our effort. And rest, 30 seconds. Enjoy it. Take those very deep breaths in and out through the nose. See if you can bring your body back to that baseline. Let your recovery improve. That's part of conditioning work, is to shorten the gap between high intensity and recovery. Can you use your breath to facilitate that? We're going in 5 seconds with burpees. Stay with me. Take your modifications, whatever you need. 2, 1. Let's go. Hop it back and forward. Maybe you're stepping back. Maybe you're leaving out the push-up. Whatever way you slice it, burpees are going to elevate your heart rate and challenge you. 3, 2, 1. The best part is it's just 20 seconds. So really focus on digging deep, pushing through for that 20 seconds. And let's begin again. Round 2. And hop. Maybe count your reps in the first few rounds and try to meet or beat that for the last 6 rounds. And rest. 10 seconds. That was 2. Going in 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Here we go. Stay strong from the first to the last rep. Find that quickness to get the feet under you and hop up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rest. That was 3. Deep belly breath. Get ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Find your speed. Maybe you take every other push-up or every other jump. Finding that sustainable place that you can keep your solid mechanics rest from start to finish. That was 4. 4 more quick rounds. Just 2 minutes left. 2, 1. Let's go. Quick feet. Strong arms. Here we go. These intervals go by quickly, so be in it from start to finish. And rest. This next round, I'm going to take out the push-up, see how it feels. Go in 3, 2, 1. Focusing on speed. You got it. This is perhaps the most challenging interval. Rest. The most challenging exercise. So what can you give it here? 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. Burpee. Find that lift. Where's your power? Where can you dig that little bit deeper? 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Breathe deep. We are coming down the second half of this workout. 2, 1. Let's go. This time, I'm going to do every other push-up. Finding the quickness and the power. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Deep, full breaths. In and out through the nose. Your heart should be pounding in that elevated zone. And 30 seconds on the clock. I always lose track and have to watch the clock for those last few rounds. Our next exercise, split jumps. Let your body recover. We're going in 15. So you have your options, either pulsing or full split jumps, maybe stepping back and forward, going in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Quick feet. Whether you're stepping or jumping, make it fast. Getting that hang time. Taking the arms wherever they need to be to support your power and your speed. And rest. Deep breath. Burpees will get your heart rate up there. And maybe it'll stay for the rest of the workout. 2, 1. Let's go. Split jumps. Second to last exercise here. That means we are almost done. You got this. Stay with it till the end. 2, 1, rest. Your options are always there. If you need to step it out, maybe pulse. I might try that this round and begin. Pulse, hop, switch. Pulse, hop, switch. It's harder in a different way. A little less taxing from a conditioning perspective. A little more time under tension for the legs. And rest. That's 3. Deep breath. 3, 2, 1. This workout is short and sweet. Can you stay in it till the end? Split jumps. Here we go. Last. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. That was 4. So we're halfway through these split jumps. Take what you need. I'm going to go back to the pulse for this next round. 1 and go. Pulse, maybe even step. Pulse, step. I need to get my heart rate under control. Step. And step. Take what you need. You can use this even as sort of an active rest period for that 20-second interval. And rest. I know I needed it. That was 5. I've got 3 more. What do you have left? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hop, switch, hop, switch. Quick feet. Forward and back. Exchanging. Maybe using the arms to give you more power, to help with balance. 2, 1, rest. We're almost there. 2 more sets of these. 3, 2, 1. You got it. Hop and switch. Feel the glutes. Feel the quads. The entire lower body working for you here. For 5 more seconds in this interval. And rest. 1 more time. And then you've got that long, luxurious 30-second rest. I'm going to pulse it out for the first 10 seconds. Pulse and step. You might be picking it up. Maybe you're saving the power for the last 10 seconds. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. So we've got our 10 seconds, part of that Tabata structure, and then our 30 seconds full rest in between. Breathe. Our last exercise, 4 minutes of work, bear plank jacks. So we're in that bear crawl stance, stepping or hopping out and back in. We'll go in about 15 seconds here. Gather your breath, especially as we prepare to come down. Just notice any feelings of lightheadedness or dizziness. You can take a longer break if you need it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Low ribs and hip points stay drawing together. The hips are nice and low. They're in that level plane. That means you have to move quickly to get the hips and the knees underneath you and back out. 3, 2, 1. Just like that, our first interval down. Just a few more, and then we'll be done with this workout. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Out and in. Jump it out and in. I notice my hips popping up a little bit. Can you keep them down? You got this. You might be feeling that sweat. And rest. That's 2 rounds. Breathe here. Come back to that baseline in between each set. We'll go in 1. Let's begin. 20 seconds. Can also be stepping out and back in. That kind of challenges in a different way. Keeping the muscles under tension. I don't know about you, but my arms are shaking. And rest. You got this. Or home stretch. This is really it. This is the last little push. These last few intervals. Here we go. Out and in. Whether you're stepping or hopping. Feel the strength in the quads, the strength in the belly. You can even come down to the knees between each hop if you need that bit of pause. If your arms are trembling. And rest. We got this. We're almost to the end. You might be dripping in sweat like me. Here we go. It's out and in. Out and in. You got this. Stay strong. Even if you have to slow down. Keep quality reps from start to finish. Even if you have to come down to the knees, that's okay. What keeps you in it till the timer goes off? Rest. So it's not about pushing through to make it in a sloppy way. You want to keep those mechanics from start to finish. Begin. So if you start to find your low back aching, or maybe your arms are trembling, take the modifications so that you can preserve the good form. That'll keep you injury-free, pain-free. And rest. Coming down. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Going in 2, 1. Here we go. 20 seconds of work. Out and in. Out and in. You got this. Stay in it. 10 more seconds. Out and in. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Take those breaths. Maybe come into a bit of cat-cow here. Whatever you need to stretch it out for the last little bit of work. Out and in. Out, in. Here we go. Take what you need for the last part of this interval. Dig deep and rest. I'm going to come into table just to stretch out the legs. Quads are on fire. And that is it for our workout. That was our last interval. Slowly, very, very slowly come up to stand. Step it out and together. So this workout doesn't include a full cool down, but I'll give you just a little bit of kind of closing movement to help bridge the gap between super high intensity and where you might be for your cool down. Step it out wide, hands to the knees, lateral lunges, side to side. Where do you feel the work? What is your body telling you right after that intensity? Can you celebrate that? Can you sort of honor your body for what it has just done for you? Come through center, turn the toes out, heels in. Shoulder dips here, just a gentle twist. Pressing the inner thighs out. Feel that adductor stretch there. Inner thigh. Come up, reach up. Keep the head level with the heart and hips as you fold halfway forward. Bring the hands to the ground. Shift the weight into the ball mountains of your feet. Stretch it out. Maybe side to side again, a little bit more. And then heel toe the feet together. Keep a deep bend in the knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Cat and cow here. Inhale. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale, soften the belly, shine the sitting bones back, gaze up. Exhale, curl the tail under, round the spine, coil belly into to spine here, chin to chest. Last one, inhale. Feel that heat, that buzz, that glow on the skin. And slowly rise. Just a quick quad and glute stretch here to flush out the legs. Hug heel into sitting bones, squeeze your inner knees together. And then if you can, send the knee straight down toward your inner standing heel. Maybe tuck the hips, the glutes under, so tuck the tail. That'll create more stretch on the top of the thigh. Switch sides, using a wall if you need to for support, for balance. So again here, that posterior tilt can help lengthen the front of the thigh. Hamstring stretch. Take one foot, plant it down, step the other foot just a little bit out in front of you, toes pointing up, heel down. The knees are in a straight line, so they're in that same plane. Folding forward here, maybe bringing your hand to opposite thigh, stretching the heart forward, hugging the toes back toward your shin. Coming down nice and slow here, switch sides. And then our final stretch, you can use the wall support if you have it, crossing ankle over knee. 3 key stretches for the lower body, especially after high intensity work where you've been keeping the muscles under tension for a long period of time. Even though it's body weight only, you'll find that cumulative volume really works wonders. Strength and conditioning here, switch sides. So I'm fully leaning up onto the wall to take some of the weight off of that standing leg so I can focus more on the stretch. Here you can tilt the pelvis back, so the opposite of a tuck, to allow for that hip hinge. And slowly coming out, one big breath together. Inhale and exhale, sigh it out. I want to thank you for sweating it out with me, for being here for this workout and letting your body be moved.